Welcome to Slow and Steady, the podcast where you can follow along as we build products in public. Each week we'll give you an honest peek into our lives as we share our struggles, our wins, and everything in between. I'm Benedict and I'm feeling busy.
And I'm Benedicte. Today is January 31st. This is episode number 168, and I'm feeling all birthdayed out. Which is not in the feelings wheel.
Is it not?
It's not. I don't know why. It should be in the feelings wheel. Like, this is a common feeling, isn't it? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, sometimes it is. Like, for weird reasons, there's always this phase in the year where where all of the birthdays in the family just stick together or like come together, and you feel like you're constantly on birthdays, constantly thinking about gifts and stuff like that. So for
so
us,
that's it's what month is it for you?
October, November.
So for us it's January, so it's been really good. But thinking about updates is like, what have I done? I've made cakes and like party effects, and I've had 17 girls here last weekend, and which went really well, actually. It helps that they're 8 now. It's like it's not as crazy, and also it helps that Lillian is 8. Like, she made the goodie bags herself. She decorated the cake herself. I was like,
nice.
Now we're talking. Like, this is getting some of those benefits. But we have another one to go. We're gonna do a family birthday for her and the cousins together on Saturday, and then no more birthdays until April. And maybe I'll feel like I'll have some more progress on the work department of my life.
Still cool. I mean, birthdays are kind of fun, I guess, and cake is always good, right?
I love birthdays. I just wish they weren't like 2 a week every week in January, because I really do enjoy like planning them and celebrate. I'm all for celebration, but I would just love to spread it out. But I'm gonna try. Like, this is the last year I'm gonna complain. Next year I'm just gonna just accept,
embrace
and embrace and not complain. Like, January, my life is just like party, props, and cake baking. It's all good.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, but what have you done?
Feeling busy because mostly my to-do list is a lot of small tasks again, and I feel like I'm constantly jumping between stuff again. But yeah, that's just how it is. Unfortunately, we had to skip last week related to that. Like, for one, my calendar was super full with stuff, and then Chrome messed up my audio setup, so I wasn't able to connect my microphone and my camera for some reason. And in the end, it was easier to just skip the recording entirely. So sorry about that.
I am also my computer has been slowly dying, and I haven't been buying a new one because it's just such a chore. And I was waiting out for the Mac M2s because I thought I would want one of those. But yesterday I pulled the trigger and I got the MacBook Air M2 top, and like fully, with everything supercharged. So like more RAM and 2 terabytes, I guess, of hard drive. So I kind of spec'd that out, but that was still cheaper than like a lot of the PowerBook. No, not the Power. Somebody said I dated myself when I called it a PowerBook. The MacBook Pros. Yeah, the MacBook Pros. And I think it's going to be good enough for me, but because we're also having issues. Like, we're having issues with the internet. So last week, while I was like doing a talk for the jam.dev, the internet was kind of flaky. So and also I think it was the internet, but then also my computer is a little flaky. So when I was like waiting to join, it was a Zoom call that was then being streamed through Crowdcast, I think. But anyway, when they were like taking me from like one like breakout room to another breakout room or the green room or something, everything just crashed and I was kicked out.
Oh no.
It's like 5 minutes to go. Let's just like try to, open Zoom and get in. So I think that was a combination. I see that my computer is crashing if the Wi-Fi is unreliable. So like some things are playing up here. So I'm really looking. It's going to be here by the mid February. So I'm really looking forward to this new computer. Hope. Was it your internet? Was it my internet? Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you, yeah. And it's funny that it's crashing while you're talking about your computer
why is this
crashing.
not working better? Yeah.
Just keep going.
Oh my God. I think it's the internet. I think because now it's snowing. We got this like 4G antenna, I think, because they won't give us proper internet anymore. And it's been working perfectly until like last week. So I think I need to get like up on the roof and just make sure that nothing is loose or whatever might be the problem. And if it keeps on happening, I need to have a little bit of a chat with or a little bit of a strict talk. I need to find some people who can intimidate the telecom company or something, because we got the SATA so we're going to be producing podcasts for SATA, which are going to be streamed to their YouTube channel, and it's not fun. It's not fun when it crashes, because it also crashed on our own stream last week. So that's not fun, but it's even less fun where you're getting paid to produce something and your internet is messing up. So we need to figure this out before we kind of go into recording, which isn't until March. But yeah, it's I guess that's all I needed to say about that. But hardware, internet, technology, maybe we should all farm. I don't know. Other things, you were feeling busy, but have you gotten to do anything cool as well, or just a little tasks?
We started working on a reporting feature, so that's been going along nicely. Leo's been building UI components like a champ over the last 2 weeks, and I've been exploring a couple of things on the backend side of things in the database. I've got a rough prototype built, but it's not quite there yet. So I need to spend some more time on it this week. But then there's still small stuff coming up here and there where I need to do a little customer support and fix a small thing here and fix a small thing there. So I'm getting easily distracted from the actual core task. So yeah, that's what's going on overall. Luckily, I figured out our block rendering issue, I guess, where the blogging engine on our static site generator wouldn't quite allow me to have the pages in a way that I wanted them to, just structured in the directories. But I figured that one out today, so that's unblocked, so we can actually do the block redesign now. And now it's the question: should I do this week or focus on reporting this week and postpone the block redesign for next week? Those are the hard questions I have to ask myself these days.
Decisions.
Hey, what's more important? So that happened. And then last week we finally had some time. Actually 2 weeks ago, I finally had some time to work on our themes beta. So we have a beta of theming support for Userlist, and we started this probably 2 or 3 years ago, and it's one of the things we just enable when people ask for it.
So what is it? What does it do?
It allows you to basically customize the look and feel of your emails. And previously we had by default, we have one template that you can't customize, but with the themes beta, you get 3 templates pre-built. One is a super plain one that almost looks like a Gmail. And then we have the default one and one branded template where you can add a logo at the top and background colors and stuff like that. And 2 weeks ago, because the customer wanted something super custom, we finally added support for custom templates, so people can write their own HTML, at least to some degree, and add their own CSS. So yeah, we shipped that, and I'm pretty happy about it because in a way it removes a lot of the or just moves a lot of the responsibilities about like rendering and stuff like that just over to our customers. So if you want to do something crazy,
is that good though?
If you want to do something crazy, you got to figure it out yourself. And yeah, anyways, pretty happy with how it turned out. So we now have a like super simple, right now it's just a text area in the settings where you can paste your own HTML. We should probably polish that a little bit more, and then hopefully also release it sometime soon, because it comes up from time to time where people are like, why don't you support us by default? And luckily we can then just enable it for them, but it would be good to make this a first class feature eventually. So yeah, that's mostly what's been going on. I think anything else I missed? Oh, we publicly launched the new message composer last week. Like we didn't really ship anything or something like that. We just send out an email to everyone and announced it to Twitter and on social media and on LinkedIn. And I recorded a quick and dirty video that turned out better than I anticipated, showing off the cool features of the new editor. And yeah, that basically wraps up the Message Composer project for now, because it's now officially announced. Did you get any feedback?
Did you see any like traction? Were people excited, or was it kind of just past them?
We got a lot of like positive comments, but we didn't get like new signups or anything like that. I didn't really expect that to happen. But yeah, it was cool showing it off finally. And yeah, that basically, yeah, as I said, wraps up that project, and it's out there and it's officially the new default. So yeah,
it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
It's totally a wrap. Yeah.
Cool.
What's been going on with you?
Long in the making. You know what? I think it was yesterday. Prune Your Follows passed 20,000 unfollows facilitated, which I think is kind of cool. We got about 910 users, I think. So closing on 1,000 users as well, which is pretty cool. And we need to format the numbers on our social proof section on the website, because we just kind of pump the numbers out there. So there's no like dot between the 20 and the next 3 zeros. So it's time to format those numbers a little bit nicer. So I'm, thinking a little bit about what we want to do with it moving forward. We're working on moving all of this to workers or Cloudflare workers, but through kind of status abstraction layer, and then looking into adding these queues so that we can manage how many unfollows are being facilitated per day, and maybe spread them out a little bit more so we don't get blocked. And also having fun with Sentry, because there's like all kinds of little errors in there that would be fun to like look into and maybe solve some of them on stream, or at least like showcase that on stream, because it's interesting, like things that I haven't thought about are coming up. So it could be cool to like dig into some of those on stream and do some like debugging on stream. Not just like dev local host errors, but some proper debugging on stream. So we'll see, but it's running around nicely. New people are signing up, and new people are obviously, it looks like they're unfollowing en masse, and it's a useful little tool, which is cool. And then we're working on prepping the SATA podcast, the data model podcast that we'll be recording from March, and it's 10 episodes. So I guess it will be March, April, and June. We're going to be recording those once a week. So we're kind of prepping all of that. So it's kind of more solid and not like on the spur of the moment, like a lot of things we do, which we don't get paid for. So, and then I'm also working on some videos for SATA, and I will probably not record them until my new computer is here, so that I can actually do some editing and recording and everything without things crashing to a halt, or the fan noise ruining the fan noise. I can't even speak that fan noise ruining the video takes, right? But other than that, as I said, it's been mostly just birthdays. It's like, what have I even done? No, yeah. So it's, and I've also been working on some articles. So it's kind of like churning out, or not churning, but like consistently working on things. So it's not like any big updates. And then tomorrow I start working on my contracting gig. So that's going to be interesting. I'm going to show up tomorrow morning, and they're going to hand me a MacBook Pro 16-inch M2. But
nice.
So I'll be able to compare when I get my MacBook Air and see if I made the wrong choice or not.
Yeah, I'd be interested in that, because I think I am due for a computer upgrade sometime soon as well. The battery is not what it was anymore, and the keyboard, I mean, yeah, let's not get started about the keyboard of the old MacBooks.
Oh, you have one of those? Because mine is older than that. So I've never had problems with my keyboard, because mine is mid 2015.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
mine's 2017, something like that. It was like the second generation, which was supposed to fix the keyboard issues, but obviously it didn't.
No, and I just realized it's as old as Lillian. Maybe a little younger, since it's like mid 2015 and she's like early 2015. And the last thing for me, though, is that I started dancing on Mondays. So I'm like testing out some new stuff, because I stopped horseback riding before Christmas. And then I wanted to do something new. And I actually wanted to do ballet, which I think is like laugh out loud funny, because I'm not like, I don't look like somebody that should be doing ballet. I never did it as a kid, but for some reason I'm like, I really want to do ballet. But those classes were on the wrong day, and also I think maybe that would be a little too hard. So now I'm doing funky adults 30 plus on Mondays instead. Just like cringe.
The name is great already.
So I survived my second lesson yesterday, and it's really fun, and it's really late at night. So it's kind of at that time where you would definitely just be like doom scrolling and thinking about going to bed. So it's nice to kind of get off the couch and go do something like that, and then go back home and go to bed. And I sleep really, really well afterwards. So
can see that.
Hard recommend testing that. I don't know if it's because I'm now 40 or whatever it is. Like, I want to do new stuff. I would like want to be a beginner again. Yeah. Have you done anything new lately?
Have I done anything new lately? I don't think so. No, it's mostly more of the same in the last couple of weeks. Unfortunately, maybe I should try more new things, but I'm not entirely sure what that will look like. No dance class or yoga or ski, snowboard. Break all my limbs type sports. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I'm also going to try and get some more strength exercise in now, because I've heard that's really important when you're getting older. Because I also want to do snowboarding again next season, and I haven't snowboarded for a while. And I was thinking just that, it's like we live, our living is made from typing, and I have broken my arm once or my wrist once, and I can't really have that happen again. So I want to at least make sure that I'm kind of fit for it, so that I've at least done my best, instead of doing what a lot of people do. It's like, oh, this is one of the sports that has the most injuries in Norway is work soccer. Because all of these like older dudes are like, yeah, let's play soccer. And then they injure themselves because they get too excited. So I don't want to be that person when I snowboard again next season. So I'm going to try to dance and do strength and all of those things, so that I have energy, so that I can like live my life to the fullest.
Nice. That sounds good. Yeah.
But I guess that's it. We've done nothing almost in the last couple of weeks.
At least nothing, like no big things. We did a lot of small things, I guess, but yeah, those are not super exciting just yet, I guess. But
still,
yeah,
it's called slow and steady.
Can't be
reason, exciting. Right? Yeah, you got to put in the work, even when it's just the little things and nothing kind of big comes out of it until much later down the line.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the spirit.
Well, that's the spirit.
Have a good week, and
have a good week.
Talk to you next week.
See you around the interwebs.
Bye.